Hi, I am Dr. Wu from Coast Chemical. Happy to see you guys again. Let's continue. We know that another factor for nylon toughening is to choose the right nylon raw material. As for nylon raw materials, it is inevitable that we must use secondary materials because I think an important part of nylon modification is how to make good use of nylon secondary materials. As for nylon secondary materials, take nylon 6 as an example. I think it can be divided into 4 levels. First of all, there are 3 types of primary materials. One is the waste material, cut by the cutter of the spinning mill. This material is about 2.4 viscosity. Another is the recycled from fishing nets that have not been used. This kind of viscosity is around 2.8. There is also a secondary material obtained by recycling nylon film scraps. This is generally high viscosity above 3. This kind of primary material, because it has only been processed twice, so its performance is basically unchanged. Therefore, in the process of modification, if the color is not considered, its use is basically the same as new material. As for secondary material, I think the secondary material refers to the fishing net that has been lowered into the water, or the used mesh which has been recycled. Generally, this kind of material has been used for a long time, so its performance must have declined, but its purity can be guaranteed. And less impurities, it is feasible to use for nylon toughening. But be aware of a quality fluctuation in batch time, so we have to pay attention all the time and do a follow-up. Then the third grade material generally refers to nylon lining fabric, relatively pure nylon mesh. Other recycled materials, especially for nylon lining, this kind of material generally has a lot of impurities. After some treatments such as dyeing and ironing, its performance will decline more obviously. It is not recommended to use this kind of material if it is in high demand. And what about the fourth material? Generally refers to nylon cloth or a secondary material recycled from some nylon composite materials. This material is relatively complex because of its composition, and some of the composition is unknown. So, when it's in nylon toughening, you will find it difficult to improve performance. At this time, it needs to be handled in some special way. We will share this special method next time. Therefore, the classification of secondary materials can enable us to better utilize them for toughening. Make good use of it. Do you guys agree? Follow course, reshape the new value of materials.